Let me help you save money on your next vehicle. It doesn't have to be new. In fact, the following 20 car models, you could save 28% or more simply by choosing last year's model over this year's model. Sound good? All right, let's save some money. Beginning with the Mercedes-Benz EQS, a one-year-old used Mercedes-Benz EQS, 71 grand. Difference in cost compared to a new one, 65,000, almost a 50% difference from used to new. That's amazing. Next, Nissan Leaf. 1 year used price, $18,756. Difference in cost compared to new, $15,786, a 45.7% difference. Jaguar F-Pace. 1 year used price, $52,000. Difference in cost compared to a new one, $28,500. That's a 35% difference. Alfa Romeo Giulia. 1 year used price, 32 grand change. The difference compared to new, $16,000. That's a 33% difference. Kia EV6. 1 year old price, 36 grand. Compared to new, that's an $18,000 difference, 33% difference. A 1 year old Hyundai Ioniq 5, 34 grand. Compared to new, that's $16,000 difference, or 33% difference. A 1 year old Volkswagen ID4, 31.8. Compared to new, that's a $15,000 difference, or 33% change. Alfa Romeo Stelvio, 1 year old difference, 36.6. Difference in price compared to new, 17.5. The difference in cost compared to new, about 32%. A 1 year old Nissan Murano, 30 grand, compared to $13,000 more, or 32% difference. A 1 year old Mercedes-Benz S-Class will set you back six figures, but that's a $45,000 difference than this year's model, a 31.5% difference in cost. 365 days later, a Dodge Durango, 43 grand compared to new. That's a $19,000 difference, or 30.8% difference. BMW 7 Series, 1 year later, 85 grand versus $36,000 more than that. A Dodge Challenger will set you back $36,500 if you wait a year. That's a $15,500 savings. Be patient with a Ford Mustang Mach-E. It'll save you 16 grand if you wait 1 year. It's a 29.8% difference in new versus old. A Ram 1500 Classic, a $13,000 difference if you wait 1 year. It's a 30% drop. Infiniti QX80, these big behemoths of SUVs and gas guzzlers. 1 year old difference is a $59,000 price tag versus $24,000 more. Audi A3, about 30 grand if you wait 1 year, or you want to go ahead and spend 12 grand, go ahead. Chevy Bolt EUV, only 23 grand and change after a year. That's a $9,000 savings if you're patient. Bolt EV, 22 and change, or if you want to pay $8,600 extra, go ahead. And how about the Audi A4? 1 year used price, $35,600. Difference in cost compared to a new one, $13,800, or 28%. Car ownership. Now would be a good time for you to leave a comment below as I continue this video of how long you've owned your current vehicle, the one you've owned the longest. Which one is it? Because the average time that Americans have owned a car, the longest, is 8 years. So on average, 6 to 8 years is how long a person hangs on to their new purchase or the car they have right now. And a typical car typically lasts 200,000 miles with good maintenance and so on, with electric and hybrids going up to 300,000 miles. If you drive the average number of miles for an American, a typical car should last you about 14 years, with an electrical vehicle lasting around 21 years. Do those numbers surprise you? This comes from the Zebra.com, so there's my source of stats. And it turns out 64% of Americans have only owned their current cars for 5 years or less. That number surprises me. So now this, according to my friends over at iSeeCars.com, the average vehicle has about an 11.8%, basically 12% chance of hitting the 250,000 mile mark. That's the average vehicle. Now that number sounds good, and there's some real rock stars out there that can last a lot longer than that. So here they are, the 10 cars that are most likely to last over 250,000 miles, according to iSeeCars, along with their starting price for a brand new 2024 model. So if you buy something now new, it's a good chance it could go 250,000 miles or more, especially if you keep it for a long time. Here they are, one of my favorites, Toyota 4Runner 2024 has a 41% chance of passing 250,000 miles, which is 3.5 times longer than the average, with a starting MSRP of just over 40 grand. The Silverado 2500 HD has a 41.2% chance of lasting 250 or more. That's 3.5 times longer. Its starting price in 2024, look at this, $36,800 for a Silverado 2500 HD. Give me one of those. How about a GMC Sierra 2500 HD? Basically identical, so are the numbers, 41.3%, 3.5 times longer, and $45,000 to start in 2024. Tacoma, yes, 41.7%. The numbers are getting better for its likelihood of going over 250,000 miles. 31.5 is the starting price for a Tacoma. Why not get one of those? Honda Pilot, even better, 42.7%, 37 grand to start, 3.6 times longer than the average. F-250 Super Duty, 43.6%, 3.7 times longer than the average, with a starting price around 45 grand. Sequoia, 47% chance, 4 times longer than the average, with a starting price at 61 and change. Tundra, 47.8% chance of passing 250, starts around 40 grand. Land Cruiser, about 48% chance of lasting 250 or more, and you know it can, which is 4.1 times longer than the average, with a starting price around 56. Last but not least, the F-350 Super Duty, 49.1% chance of lasting 250,000 miles on the road. Compared to the average, that's 4.2 times longer, with a starting price at 45 grand. I'm sure it's bare bones, but still, that is amazing. Now, what do you notice about this list here as I show you the full list on camera? Yes, Toyota killing it. 5 out of the top 10 spots, showing that when it comes to longevity, Toyota means business. Ford doing pretty good as well in 1st and 5th spots there. And here's the kicker. 8 of the 10 vehicles I just showed you have a starting MSRP under $48,000. And according to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new vehicle right now is around $47,000. So that's right there in the wheelhouse of where all vehicles are costing on average, whether it's a SUV, truck, minivan, and so on, or sedan. 47 grand. All of these under 48. Well, 8 out of 10 under 48 grand. So no matter how you look at it, if you want a vehicle to last a long time, choose from this list. And you can do so by looking at quotes.everymandriver.com. Quotes.everymandriver.com. Free quotes on the best deals being offered in your area from qualified dealerships. Check it out. There's a link below this video. Make, model, zip code. If you don't find what you're looking for in your zip code, simply expand that zip code. Be willing to travel a few miles to save a few hundred, possibly a few $1,000s on a new or used vehicle in your area. Insider access to dealer pricing by visiting quotes.everymandriver.com. Check out the link below this video to get started today. Today's video is brought to you by The Cold Plunge. Use discount code DAVE150 at checkout at thecoldplunge.com. Immediately save $150 off your purchase. That's DAVE150 at thecoldplunge.com. There's also a link below this video. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up.